What's good, y'all? I'm Jeff and happy V-Day, but the V stands for Videl. Alright, episode 18, Awakening, and if you enjoy, please awaken that subscribe button, and let's get into it. At this point, Goma and Goku were the last two standing, and the latter's looking a bit more primitive. The others make it back down, and from the dramatic way Vegeta had fallen, begging for a bug, I thought he'd be out. He is still hanging on by a tail with the others though. Knowing Daima's rapid recovery time, I was pleasantly surprised to see Vegeta actually stay shelved this episode. Now, we have SS3 Kid Goku, and here he's fighting without a time limit. The most notable use of Super Saiyan 3 was definitely the match against Buu. Even without that time limit handicap, SS3 should still suck more stamina than we see it do throughout this fight, which does continue to deliver on the visuals, though maybe a slight step down from last episode. There are still nice plays though, like with speed. Goku's slow and steady charge that he turns up in a flash, for example. Goma felt that gut punch more than the Avenger-style group blast he just took. In terms of raw strength, Goku's looking stronger than all the others combined, not including Vegeta, who was only regular Super Saiyan. It is so satisfying to watch Goma get humbled. His cockiness, mistreating Degasu, costing Daima viewers by turning everyone into kids. A well-deserved beating. Love the final boss vibes of this fight too. Very reminiscent of open world games where you're just trying to get near the enemy. Even from the sidelines, Ku's still contributing, though there are still ways to get him back in the fight. As optimistically anticipated, Do does get a cookie. Impeccably by Ku too, toss that thing like no curveball I've ever seen. It is so funny to watch Do pig out and power up. As conservative as Dragon Ball's been with the SSJ3 transformation, now they're handing them out like convenience store snacks. Goku doesn't even mention his partner's new hair, Do, just senses the power in its go time. Wonder what else Do can mimic. If he saw an Ozaru, could he grow a tail? Is Do also infinitely powered by pastries? It is just like Goku to inspire the people around him. He's done it with Tamagami number 3, Glorio, and now Majin Buu, for at least a moment. Till it turns out that Jet Gatling power-up was more of a sugar rush. Literally just an energy boost from the cookie. King Goma is really going toe-to-toe with a group of kids. While SS3 Do didn't do much, it does fit the theme of transformations we have going. The moment Goma got overwhelmed, it felt like the hourglass was ticking on him, but the eye reacts and levels him up in response to real-time threats. We've seen him use telekinesis, and he's also got straight-up lasers. The Tertian Eye is Daima's way of keeping us on the edge of our seats. Just when you think the crew's getting the upper hand, surprise, the Eye has got a rebuttal, and Goma's got a sadistic side. Just like pummeling Goku rather than finishing him off. That third eye is seeing red. Goma charges up this cool ball of scan lines, digital-looking move. Unexpectedly, Neva steps in and gives Goku a recharge, much like the way he powers up the Tamagami. It is also just like Neva to give someone the tools to fight on his behalf. The tool Goku gets is a Super Saiyan 4 transformation. As something Neva brought out of him, maybe in Dragon Ball canon, SSJ4 is confined to the Demon Realm. That is, until Goku learns how to bring it out of his own accord. That would explain why the transformation never appeared in Super. Goma doesn't even stop to see the final result. He's probably geeked by the power he's sensing. This new transformation unveiling truly makes Daima feel like fanfiction. Blessed to have this stellar form canonized. Though, unlike the black hair in GT, Daima Kid Goku's hair is tinted red. It much more resembles the Limit Break design. Also in GT, this transformation reverted him back into an adult, thought to raise their potential to its peak. For Goku, you'd think that means adulthood, but here he remains a kid. Could just be a difference in the manner the form was brought out. Either way, it's amazing to see Kid Goku with his tail. Brings Dragon Ball back to its roots. From Vegeta's look of surprise, seems to be the first he's witnessed this. Bet he'll be having a discussion with Neva soon. Goku's unfamiliar reaction shows it's his first time seeing this himself. Sits Daima comfortably before GT in the timeline. His strikes are still doing about the same as SS3, and the Eye's keeping Goma on par with him. As barren as this field is, they make good use of it, utilizing it for cover, Goma turning the jagged rocks into pen missiles against Goku, who is somewhat overpowering the Eye. Goku might be strong enough to become Demon World King himself. Feeling motivated, the others follow his lead. Meanwhile, Ku remains a cheerleader. Dang, Aranzu's really humbled him into place. Vegeta's still in poor shape, and I wondered if he would just go search for the bag. Could accidentally eat the join bug by mistake and give us that fusion, although it would make more sense as an item the two parties take together. I just can't help but especially root for everyone against Goma. Goma really became a powerhouse with hardly any effort. Everyone else has been on death's door to get where they are. Well, except the Majin Bros who are just naturally gifted. Still, neither them, Shin, or Glorio are complete menaces like Goma's become overnight. What is refreshing is unlike the transformations that Z and Super popularized, Goma's relying on an item. Although he's not as formidable as last episode, it says a whole lot he would have beaten Goku if Neva didn't intervene. From the urgency Glorio shows, I was under the impression it was concern, but reads more like motivation. I mean, I'm sure there's a mixed bag of emotions for him. As he hops in, it is very cool hearing Uchiyama flex his pipes. Glorio now feels like a true Dragon Ball character, having embodied the power of the scream. Piccolo uses his Makin Kosa Po, and Glorio uses his Ah attack. It's a vibrant clash and noble effort, though it's obvious Goma would overcome. Otherwise, Piccolo and Glorio would be SSJ4 strong, and I am not ready to buy that. Feels more like them just not wanting to be dead weight and biding time for Goku, who gets his Kamehameha interrupted. I thought it would have been dope if he tanked the punch and still fired, but Daima did me one better. With a backflip from the recoil, Goku's able to use the momentum and recover his attack. Plus, Goma's placed himself right in its path. That was the peak memorable moment SSJ4 needed to stand out. Still, the eye will not let this man drop. It's like a threat detector adjusting every time Goma's in trouble. Feels even more dire since at this point in the timeline, SSJ4 is Goku's highest transformation, and even that's something the eye can undo. Happy to get some more actual magic on top of Goma's raise in stature, Glorio's cell starts buzzing, and for the first time, he hesitates to answer. It's a request from Aranzu to deliver the Dragon Balls. While I thought this would be the turning point Glorio betrays her, he does follow orders. Exactly like I called, all Glorio had to do was ask Hebus for the balls. Though even he seems taken aback at Aranzu's timing, struggling through a real internal dilemma. I'm surprised Aranzu would still have Glorio go through with this after noticing him falter. She mentions having him learn Namekian, not that she knows it herself. The problem with that is, of course, Glorio could wish for anything without her being the wiser. We get to bear witness to the majestic Demon World Dragon who resembles the Namekian one. Except he's also red-tinted, Super Saiyan God Porunga. It finally comes out that Glorio has been working under Aranzu, something that Shen kept to himself this whole time along with Goku. Thus, whatever transpires as a result of Glorio's betrayal is on their hands. From the glimpse we got of its strength, this dragon may be the strongest in the room. It's also the first time I think a dragon ever directly attacked someone. Man, what does that say of Neva's strength then? Glorio gets the honors of making the wish, and from his expression, we can tell it will not be in Aranzu's favor. Man, what a true love letter from Toriyama that this turned out to be. It's brought us all around the Dragon Ball world. Daima uses the kids to bring the nostalgia of OGDB, has Aranzu and Boo to connect us to Z, gives us Remus as a possible ancestor to Xeno and Super. Now it's canonized my favorite SSJ transformation from GT. If I were a betting man, Glorio's wish will be to return them to adults. From there, Vegeta and Goku could fuse to become Gogeta, or whatever they're gonna call themselves. Maybe SSJ4 Gogeta at that. If this dragon only grants one wish, then Aranzu is out of luck, even if the Z Fighters finish off Goma, which should certainly be the case. That would leave her only hope as the Do and Ku fusion, which is what I've been saying the final battle will be. So with all the setup Daima continues to build and the care put into it, I give this a 9 out of 10.